Commissioner, you keep saying, I have to look at this and I'll get back to you. I have to look at this and I'll get back to you. A week and a half ago, we asked you for information similar to what was asked today, like the source of admissions to the hospital, where'd they come from, and what were the outcomes? When will you have looked at this information? When will you give it to us? And where do you suggest we discuss it?
So I think there's a couple things here. As I've said multiple times, and I think it's worth repeating, we are in the middle of a pandemic. We have spent the course of the past 10 days, and just so you know,
you're suggesting that when it's over, then we'll have this conversation. So we'll have to wait maybe a month, maybe 6 months before you tell us the source of the admissions.
No,
then you have the information. You just have to look at it.
Assemblyman, there was an ask about this staffing study, and I said I would have that to you on Friday, and I'm reviewing it. But I think it's worth raising the fact that in the course of the past 10 days, the department has been working literally into the middle of the night, and I can tell you that on some of the other issues that have been raised as an issue.
But Commissioner, you have the source of the admissions. It's simple numbers. All you have to do is release them. When and where are we going to get those numbers? I want to know how many came from nursing homes. I want to know how many came from group homes. I want to know how many came from the different congregate care.
Assemblyman, I understand that the numbers of what you want, and I understand it. But I also know that you want to be sure that there is someone who's looked and be sure that they are accurate and that there's no double counting. And that's what I'm going to do.
Let's go to the next subject. That we don't have an answer. I only got a minute and a half left. The visitation policy, has that changed? Can you now visit hospitals as before the pandemic?
There are 207 hospitals that have provided visitation policies to us. There's over 120, I believe, that have already opened up. That number may even be higher. We want to be sure.
All right, Commissioner, what I'm concerned about is during the height of the pandemic, you had nonverbal people, kids with disabilities, who were dependent on their parents and their caregivers at their institutions, at their homes, at their schools. And they were brought into the hospitals, and the people upon whom they were dependent could not come in and translate for them what their needs were. That's true, isn't it?
I understand. Actually, all the hospitals have visitation now. I just thinking about this for a second. So all the hospitals have visitation.
You work out a plan, please, so that we don't end up with the trauma being worse than the situation that you're worried about.
I understand that, and I recognize that, and believe me, as a pediatrician, I am well aware of some of the challenges that those who have disabilities have, and that the concerns. So I recognize it, but I'm balancing that with this the risk of infections and the risk to those individuals.
How many